let's get straight to the point. Battery life of Xenoblade Chronicles 3 on the Nintendo Switch LITE, standard version 2 Switch, and Switch OLED. Oh, and how does Xenoblade 3's battery life compares to the other two Xenoblade games on the Switch, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. Now, before we get the numbers rolling, my predictions are that Xenoblade 3 will have the lowest battery life out of the three games. Well, because it does make the Nintendo Switch work to its limits. That's a reason they had to cap the frame rate at 30 FPS. This game's all about the new battle system, which does offer a seamless transition between the action-packed battles and exploration. The 30 FPS is solid most of the time, but when you get a ton of characters and monsters on the screen at the same time, well, there are some minor drops as you can see up on the screen. So yeah, the Switch is working hard for this one, which usually means the battery is gonna drain faster. Time to start the test. We got three brand new consoles, the LITE, the version 2 standard Switch, and the OLED Switch. All three are set at medium settings, so brightness at medium, sound at medium, and I'm connected to Wi-Fi at all times. With the battery at 100%, let's get this test started. At the 1 hour mark, there's 75% left on the Switch LITE, 80% on the version 2 Switch, and 82% on the OLED Switch. After 2 hours, we got 49% on the LITE, 59% on the standard one, and 62% on the OLED model. At 3 hours now, and there's 23% left on the Switch LITE, 37% on the version 2, and 42% on the OLED. The Switch LITE got the 1% warning at 3 hours and 50 minutes. And the Switch LITE did power off at about the 4 hour mark, which is a pretty respectable number, I think. The version 2 standard console got the 1% warning at 4 hours and 42 minutes. The OLED got the 1% warning at 4 hours and 52 minutes. The version 2 console did power off next at 4 hours and 55 minutes. And the last man standing, the Switch OLED, powered off at 5 hours and 7 minutes. So here is how the battery life of Xenoblade Chronicles compares to other games on the Nintendo Switch. I use the Switch OLED for this comparison chart. Everything is at medium settings. Now, you didn't see the other Xenoblade Chronicle games on that chart, because when I did test those years ago, I did the test at minimum and maximum settings instead of medium. Minimum is where brightness and sound is turned all the way down and airplane mode is turned on. And maximum settings is with the brightness and sound maxed out while being connected to Wi-Fi at all times. So to get the comparison between the Xenoblade trilogy, I repeated Xenoblade Chronicles 3 test at maximum settings on the Switch LITE. Here you can see the settings are maxed out this time. And going all the way to the end of the test, the Switch LITE now powered off at about 3 hours and 12 minutes. Here you have the comparison of all three games on the Switch LITE at maximum settings. So maybe I was wrong. All games are really close when it comes to the battery life. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 has the best battery life by a little bit, while Definitive Edition and Xenoblade Chronicles 3 are identical when it comes to battery life. So there you have it, battery life of Xenoblade Chronicles on the Nintendo Switch. If you enjoy these type of videos, let me know in the comments below. It does take a lot of time to get all the data for them, so I would really appreciate some feedback. Oh, and like and subscribe if you want to go that extra mile.